In this video, I want to have a look at how was Cornwall rebranded, what were the strategies implemented. However, I can only do this in 10 minutes, I think, so I'm going to try and speed through as much as I can. I might have to do it in two different parts. Okay, let's start off where architecture was used, and that was done through the Eden project. Now that's located at the bottom of a China clay pit. Now, just on the side note, China clay pits and other mines such as the Griever mine have been kept even though they are closed as a way of preserving industrial heritage, as another strategy of attracting a different kind of market. Anyway, let's get back to the Eden project. Now, it's had some adverse effects like increased traffic, pollution, and it's not good for the environment in that way. However, some say it is offsetted much of it through the plants inside the greenhouse. But traffic, they've been trying to encourage people to use public transport, and it doesn't seem to have worked. But it has worked economically. It is the UK's third visited attraction, attracting destination tourism perennially, so all throughout the year rather than seasonally, to ensure stable income. Visitors on average spend £50 million a year, so they spent a lot of money. It's changed the image to a more young, trendy, friendly one because of this flagship development. People who have accommodation, people in employment, local producers have said that it's all helped them. 80% of businesses said it brought benefits. This is called the positive multiplier effect. But it's also attracted other attractions to be developed there, such as the National Maritime Museum, a great way using arts and cultures. Another way of using arts and cultures is the Doom Moria Festival in May. It lasts for 11 days. It includes authors, musicians, broadcasters, etc. And it's always causing museums and hallways to open, and arts and culture is another type of audience, attracting them for tourism. Then we have individuals such as Rick Stein. He's a chef. Now, he had a destination tourism through his restaurant, so much that people have stopped calling the place Pad Stowe and they call it Pad Stein because they really enjoyed the restaurant. Jamie Oliver is another chef who's encouraged this. His 15 restaurants are in Cornwall. One of them overlooks Watergate Bay, and which is another young people's attraction. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Jamie Oliver's 15 restaurants, it recruits youngsters and trains them in catering skills and stopping the brain drain. The Extreme Water Sports Academy at Watergate Bay. Now, this is located near Newquay Airport, encouraging the tourisms to come. It's mainly for a younger audience, so young people come and spend money there. It involves courses such as surfing, water skiing, kite surfing. I'm not sure about the rest. It has a bar and a restaurant, so it's diversified as well, and employs young people to actually teach them to create the whole trendy feel. It employs 50 to 60 people, which is quite a lot of people. Now, many of these like Lobs, Extreme Water Sports, Jamie Oliver's, CUC, have been technology. We're going to talk about these. They have all been funded by the Objective 1 match funding by the EU, and their funding has been so successful. The Cornish economy now grows faster than the UK's economy. The Cornish economy grows on average 5.8%, and the UK's economy now grows 5.4%. By 2001, the European Objective 1 funding had funded 580 projects, so they are quite a lot, they're important. One of the things they didn't fund was the expansion of Newquay Airport. This has been key in encouraging domestic flights or flights around the world to come, and it's saying that London is not the only tourist spot. Come to Cornwall, we have a nice coastline, etc., etc. Completely different kind of experience. But they did fund Lob's Farm Shop. Now, this is a great example because as we looked at my last video, farming and all is going down, and farmers needed a way to make money. Farm diversification is one way. Now, this is not just a farm. It has things like it organizes tours and visits. It has a visitor center. It improves environmental quality. It encourages farm holidays, etc., etc. And it creates a lot of money through this. They sell beef and lamb to approximately 463,000 visitors a year. It's crazy. And there's a key term used called commodification. This is when you make something to sell it. So they make a lot of products and stuff which is made to sell and create an income. It's created 14 new jobs, including ones which are not just like purely specialized in high tech or retail and all of that. There, for example, there's 5 butchers. I mean, they also do. They have 2 administrative staff, etc., etc. 5 butchers might help farmers if they have experience in this. It attracts them. So the 2 brothers who own this Lob's farm shop have been extremely excited. Now, in one of my earlier blog posts, I said about Silicon Valley, California. Now, it's got close links with Stanford University, because by spending in Stanford University, what they've done is that they've created like very highly educated and skilled graduates come out of there, which attracts many businesses in Silicon Valley, so that they can come straight from university to work there. They have close links. Similarly, Cornwall's tried to do something a bit different. It merged the University College Falmouth and Exeter University to CUC, which is Combined Universities of Cornwall, so they can offer variety, and many businesses locate because they need these graduates to work there, so to bring up the area. And they also have a special feature that they support graduates who want to open businesses in Cornwall though afterwards, and they secure employment for some people, so it's stopping the brain drain, which is one of the problems of Cornwall. And then we have technology. Now this sounds a bit weird, but the Non-Profit Organisation Act now has done regeneration through technology. How has it done this? It had got 5.5 match funding through Objective 1, and altogether this cost 12.5 million. And what they did is they encouraged like broadband and IT development and people to become specialised, and this encouraged sort of economic growth. It can be through online shopping businesses. These are also good ideas, and also people who are more skilled, they communicate with other people. They have websites and come here, websites for the hotels and stuff in Cornwall. There's a lot of work being done through the technological development of the area. Some of them are not successful at all. All of these aspects I've just weighted strategies I told you are all like good in some ways, either economically, socially, environmentally, and they are bad in others. So like the Eden Project, great, creating £50 million consumer spend on average, but then how much traffic and pollution is created. You know, they both have positive and negative sides, but there's one thing which failed completely. This was the Southwest Film Studio. Now they received £5 million. No, the whole thing cost £5 million. The whole thing cost £5.7 million, and from that about £2 million came from EU match funding, and 2 film studios were going to be built. They were set out to build that. It was expected to secure 200 jobs and millions of pounds in the economy. It's a bit like Hollywood brings millions of pounds. This is more small scale, but it was expected to bring much tourism and money and jobs and all that. It was proposed in 2002 and it went ahead, but by 2004 they were bankrupt and it had failed, especially because all the building, everything had to be stopped because the owner, Alex Swan, was arrested for doing fraud with the EU Objective 1 money. So it didn't go so well, so now it's lying there derelict, waiting for something to regenerate. Overall, these strategies have been successful. We have evidence for this. Cornwall grows economically faster than the UK's average, which was 5.4%, whereas Cornwall's growing at 5.8%. So it's been great economically. Socially too, it's helping certain people, but particularly environmentally, we do have problems such as traffic and pollution, etc., etc. I hope this video has helped. Please visit my blog for further information.